America is still counting. They still don't have a president. But Joe Biden ahead as of now. Srinivasan and Amitoj join me for the latest. Srinivasan, just tell us what the big headlines are at this point. As we said, counting still on. No signs of a president just yet.
It's an absolute cliffhanger, Sonia. America is on razor's edge, but definitely Biden has the advantage. He's just 17 seats from defeating Trump. He's at 253. Trump is at 214. We know the magic number is 270. 253, 214 break, by the way, is the way most channels and most networks have pitched it. And that's where they are at the moment. Now, 5 U.S. states are still counting and they hold the key to the White House. Of those 5, Biden is narrowly ahead in 2 of them, Nevada and Arizona. Trump is narrowly ahead in Pennsylvania, Georgia and North Carolina. But Biden is believed to be closing in even in Pennsylvania where Trump is ahead, because remember, a number of the votes that are not counted yet are mail-in ballots, which are largely seen as tilting towards blue. So that's really how close Biden is to a victory. But Sonia, there are still many ifs and buts, because remember, Pennsylvania could take several days to count its ballots, and that may give Trump the leverage he needs to intensify his challenges, legal or otherwise. So it's still not over, as they say, till the fat lady sings.
So Amitoj, let's go across
or the orange
to you
man.
because good morning in New York, and it's been a long night, a long day ahead, and perhaps some more nights, unless, of course, some decisive states go Joe Biden's way. But, of course, President Trump also up with his latest tweet. So tell us about that. And now this focus on a sitting president actually saying stop the count.
Good evening, Sonia. Good evening, Srinivasan. Here's what we know. Donald Trump has just tweeted and he said, stop the count. This is, to be kind, an inconsistency in his narrative. He has been telegraphing also at the same time that he thinks there should be a stop of the vote count in states like Wisconsin and Michigan, which have already been called for Biden, and now in Pennsylvania and in Georgia, where he's behind. But in Arizona and Nevada, where he's, in Arizona, particularly in Nevada and Arizona, where he's behind, he wants the vote to be counted. So to be kind, that's an inconsistency, but it's also hypocrisy if you want to be slightly, difficult to Donald Trump. I just want to say that it's all about the lawsuits in Georgia, Wisconsin, and Pennsylvania.
So in fact,
look at the 3 scenarios. The worst case, yeah, go ahead, Smir.
No, so it is a battle that could actually have a decision in courts as well, state courts before the Supreme Court. But as you said, let's see what happens in the decisive states. But Amitoj, also that point you were making on President Trump stop the count. We've seen the Democrats all coming out, Joe Biden making an important speech there saying it's an election. There are no blue or red Americans, or in that sense, it's the presidency is a non-partisan institution. And also the fact of them saying every vote must be counted. So that there's a very clear Democrat line, which is that every vote counts, every vote will be counted as coming up as opposed to President Trump. And also the fact that Joe Biden has now won the most votes in U.S. presidential history in the popular vote, but also that President Trump has done much better than expected. So in that sense, the day after this morning, America still is divided as ever.
Yes, absolutely. This is an unprecedented time. There's been no time in U.S. history that it has been as polarized as it is right now. There is enough out there in terms of protests, in terms of narrative. There has been banging on electoral, center windows by Republicans, supporters. There is an atmosphere of tension, but the key question that we're trying to answer is when will we know the results? And the answer to that is it could be today. That is one scenario. If Georgia's result is announced today, then game over. And if Arizona does that, game over. But if it is Georgia for Trump or a close margin where it becomes a legal battle, same with Arizona, same with Nevada, then we'll have to wait for Pennsylvania, and Pennsylvania could take days. And then there's a situation where Pennsylvania could be announced by, let's say, Saturday morning. And then you have a situation where you're looking at the state Supreme Court, which will eventually go to the Supreme Court. And it could be a matter of a month. And I'm sorry I'm saying this, but that is something we should tell our viewers and let them know that, hey, that is a possibility. Be prepared. And it's fine. Democracy is in play. This is the ultimate stress test for American democracy. And at the moment, they're doing okay. They're managing to hold on.
Right.
And that's something that's a big takeaway.